Sometimes when I declutter, I make a really big mess. Kind of like this. Do you feel that way sometimes? Well, I have really good news for you. Today I'm going to be trying out Dana K. White's No Mess decluttering system. Her video is linked down below in my description where she goes through all these 5 steps to teach you how to not make a mess when you're decluttering. And I'm really excited to try this today. So in one of my recent videos, I was down here in my basement organizing and decluttering my food storage room, which is right here around the corner. And what I ended up doing was taking out a lot of the stuff and just kind of putting it here in the hall temporarily so that I could finish decluttering the food storage room. Well, you know, life gets in the way and things happen and I get busy and then the stuff just stays here. So basically what I'm doing is shuffling clutter around, which I really want to break the habit of. So I'm really excited today to get going on this decluttering system. There are really only 2 supplies that you're going to need today. One is a garbage sack. She also wants you to get a donation box or bag of some sort, and this is just what I had. So the very first step that she recommends is to find all of the garbage and to put it in your bag and throw it away. Recycling whatever it is that you need to just throw away. This is going to be anything that is really obvious. The really nice thing about step number 1 is that it gets you moving. It gets you started. There's a lot of stuff in this room also that needs to be decluttered, but I'm going to work on this stuff real quick. These need to go back upstairs where I keep my light bulbs. These also need to be put away, but both of these are garbage. So there was some obvious trash. We will talk about this in just a minute. Step number 2 is to look for the things that belong somewhere else in your home. You know exactly where it goes. It will be really easy for you just to grab it and put it away. All right, so this is the point that I seem to get stuck on, is actually taking the items and putting them away. I'm going to do what Dana suggests, and she suggests to take each item and to put it away right away. So I'm going to go ahead and take these cards and these little Nerf bullets and put them away. I know that both of them belong in the closet. When you're grabbing an item, if you see something else that belongs in the same space, go ahead and grab it and take it with you so that you can avoid a lot of trips. But you're probably going to be walking back and forth a lot. Okay, right behind me here, I know that I have this bag of chips. Yeah. So this is the definition again of being kind of lazy. Right behind me, that's the door to the food storage where I need to put the chips. Another really obvious put away item are these mason jars. They also belong in the food storage room. I'm going to go ahead and put those away. I'm going to come back to these light bulbs. I was going to go and put them away right away because that's what she recommended, but she also talked about doing the work right away. So I did replace a bunch of light bulbs down here today, but I have several more in this room that need to be replaced. I am going to stop right now and I'm going to replace a few of those light bulbs. Now that I put those light bulbs in, I'm going to take this box and the one back here upstairs to put away right now. Okay, these 2 baskets, bins here. I know there's some other obvious things that I know need to be put away where they belong. These I bought for my husband's office to try and do organization in there, which I haven't done yet, but I know that that is where these are going to go. Both of these items go in my daughter's room. This is one daughter, this is the other. I don't think there's anything else that needs to go in their room. Nope. So I'm going to take those and put those away. I know there are some obvious items in here. Some of the items I'm not sure yet if I'm going to keep. So I will deal with those again in one of the next steps, but I'm just going to peek through here. Like I know the paint sticks, I like to keep those that go in my paint supplies. This definitely goes in my paint supplies. A Nerf gun, bullet again, another one. Do you guys find these all over your house? Because I do. Got that all put away. And I know that there's one more item in here that's obvious put away, which are these sanding discs. They belong in the garage, and the last thing that I want to do right now is walk all the way out to my garage and put them away. But I'm going to do it. Otherwise, it's going to end up back here and not be put away and just cause more clutter. All right, even though there's still quite a bit left in here, it's already feeling better. I'm going to set that aside. Oh, look, there's some garbage back here. So that's going in the trash. I'm just going to check down the hall here, see if there's anything else that's an obvious put away, and we'll move on to the next step after that. Okay, so even after just the first 2 steps, which was throwing away anything that was garbage and putting away anything that didn't belong, it already feels a lot better. So step number 3, she calls duh. donations. So this is anything that is very obviously a donation. You don't really have any questions about it. There's no emotions involved. There's really no decisions involved. I'm going to be having to ask myself some questions in step number 4 to figure out what to do with the other items that are left. The donations that I have back here, they've been sitting there for a month, 2 months. I don't know how long. I am going to pick them up and I'm going to put them directly into the trunk of my car. Tomorrow, I know that I'm going to be running errands and it will be a perfect time for me to take them to the donation center. Ping pong ball needs to be put away. Another Nerf bullet. This belongs to our Christmas tree, which is just in the closet here, so I'm going to do that. This one, I thought I had decided and was an easy donation, but now that I think about it, I'm not quite sure yet. So I'm going to set that down and I will talk about that in step number 4. All right. It's time to shed some layers. Getting kind of hot in here. I'm done with step number 3. I'm moving on to step number 4. Step number 4 is to ask yourself 2 decluttering questions. The first is, where would I look for this item first? So let me give you an example. Let me find something. I have this wood finish here. So I'm going to ask myself, where would I look for this? Now, all of my paints are right in here, my painting supplies, so I would look for it in there. If you know exactly where you would look for it first, that is an indication that you know where it should belong. It's going to be different for everybody. You might have your paint in the garage, but I have mine in here. Now this laundry basket is looking pretty empty. There's only 2 items left in here. The second question is, let me grab my notes here so I don't botch it. If I needed this item, would it ever occur to me that I already had one? So if the answer is no to that question, it's something that you possibly want to consider decluttering. All right, this is just a switch plate cover. I have no idea where this belongs. I'm like trying to look around to see if I can find it and I can't. If I were to need this item, would I know that I already had one? And the answer is no. So I'm going to donate this. I have no idea if anybody would need it or not, but I am going to put it in the donation box. Okay, I'm going to just try and quickly go through these items here. I'm going to try and talk through some of them with you and see if I can answer those 2 questions to decide what I want to go ahead and do with these items. All right, this basket. I did buy several of these. I ended up not needing them, so I need to take this back to the store. And I actually have a bunch of items in the back of my car. Again, tomorrow I'm running the errands and I'm going to return some items. I'm going to run this upstairs and put it in my car right now. Ooh, and while I'm at it, this is empty. And it belongs upstairs. I'm going to take that with me. All right, the last item here is these crates that I got from Costco. Okay, so the first question, where would I look for this first? The answer to that is, I don't know. And the second question, if I ever needed these buckets, would occur to me that I already have them. The answer is yes. I just have to find a home for them. And that's what these questions are doing, is making me find a home for them. And I actually think that where I would find them would be in this unfinished bathroom down here where I have some other buckets and things like that. So I'm going to just stick those in there. Look at this. It's already feeling so much better. All right, so I'm moving on to the haul down here. There are some items that I know I want to use in the future. Well, okay, I don't know, but I think. So the first question is, where would I look for this first? And again, in this little unfinished bathroom here is where I'm keeping decorating stuff, storage bins, things like that that are just kind of odds and ends that don't really have a home, but that is their home. So I'm going to put that in there. So this haul is all that's left. And already it's better. So the last step, the 5th step in her decluttering process, is the container method. And I've kind of been going through that as I've been decluttering. The container method works better if you actually have a spot to contain the items. This hallway is not a container. This hallway is a space to walk. So this is not a space where I'm going to be keeping items. So instead, if I was like going to be decluttering and organizing this unfinished bathroom back here, I would definitely be using the container concept because the room is the space. And again, she talks about not moving them out and putting them into piles, but actually keeping them inside the space. So I would keep them in there instead of putting them in the hall like I would normally do. So when you're finished with this, it may not necessarily be organized, but it is decluttered, which is really important. So I really, really liked this decluttering system by Dana, and I'm going to be using it in these spaces down here that I will be decluttering very soon. So stay tuned for those videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.